hanging hamstring. This is another 90-second stretch, 1:30. For hanging hamstring stretch, we're gonna add load or resistance, basically adding two dumbbells or a dumbbell, depending on where you're at, ability-wise. But basically, think first a hip hinge. This is pushing your hips back and hanging so that the stretch throughout the hamstrings with your heels on the ground will be as long as we can get it. Contracting our core can bring us closer to our thighs. Contracting the thighs and our core can even bring us closer as well. So our goal is to get as close as we can down here, but we're gonna add resistance to pull us down some. So adding these two dumbbells, I'll do the hip hinge and then let that hang as low as I can. And since I can go past my toes, I'm gonna need to be elevated when doing this. So I'm gonna step up on the bench here and do this from an elevated position. Contracting the core, the quads, and holding this for 1:30. Legs are fully extended, heels are pressing to the ground, and let the weight lower you, load you into a deeper stretch, taking a deep breath with the ribs, and exhaling. We'll give you a little more relaxation and tissue release to get a fuller stretch. Again, this is a hamstring and posterior chain, so not a lot of back, but it is pulling through our spine. If you need to, bring your shoulders up so it's not as much and more into your hamstring and glutes and the back of your knee. And when raising up, this is the most important thing, squeeze your seat together. Think of one vertebrae at a time as you come up. And then that top vertebrae, bring the shoulders back. So, again, hip hinge, hanging hamstring, and you're just breathing and relaxing for that 1.5 minutes. Once you reach that 1.5 minutes, squeeze the seat together, one vertebrae at a time, to raise all the way up and shoulder blades back when you're done. Okay, 1:30 stretch. More than just the hamstrings, this is gonna add a deeper range of motion that you can get on your own by adding those weights. The weights are a load that push and compress us into deeper ranges of motion that we can't get to without them. So holding that, again, after about 60 seconds, the range that you've reached, the muscles get familiar with, and they'll start to relax and even enhance a fuller range of motion. And that's our goal, is to keep enhancing our range of motion. So, cheers.